Nashville's famous Music Row has been around as long as country music. The old ways are leaving and the business of stardom falls on the artist a la exposure. Rising to the top is faster than ever. I'm Chris Burks, and to find out how to make it, watch as TJ Cates and Pearl Clarkin host The New Row Show.
Hey everybody, this is TJ Cates with The New Row Show, my co-host right here.
Pearl Clarkin.
Pearl Clarkin. And we have our guest today. Go and introduce our guest.
The wonderful, amazing Miss Barbara Cloyd.
Yay! Let's give
So
her
one of my closest friends and mentors. I've been really lucky to have Barbara in my life, and so many other people have as well. And she's, how long have you been in Nashville?
Since 1983.
Wow, a long time.
Let's talk about where we are, Pearl. My goodness, where are we at? We're on the stage at the Bluebird
We're
Cafe,
at
the world
Bluebird
famous
Cafe right
Bluebird
now.
Cafe. This is a big deal for us.
As seen on TV.
As seen on
As seen
TV,
on TV.
and as seen on Nashville Entertainment Weekly now. So I think that they established it. Let's talk about that really quick, because I know you'll have business stuff to talk to that I may not know as much about as you do. Let's talk about the popularity of this place once the new ABC television hit Nashville started.
Well, we were pretty popular before that, but now it's crazy.
Yeah, because looking out the window, I'm seeing a lot of people coming up and taking pictures.
Oh yeah, there's people coming by all day, every day, and then we have the merchandise sales have gone crazy.
Well,
We're a
that
small
works out.
club, so we
Yes, not a big venue.
No, we have 100 seats.
I love it because it's so intimate like this.
And Pearl, you actually came as a 14-year-old and you sang.
Yeah, the first time I ever met Barbara was here at the Bluebird. I came for the open mic on Monday nights, and which is something that you still run. So, and that's such an amazing opportunity for artists because there's so many places on Music Row. It's all almost completely closed off, but this is something that anyone can come to, the Monday night thing, and play for someone like Barbara Cloyd. And
Let's talk about the Monday night thing.
Yeah.
What you're saying, people around the world may not know what you're talking about. Because I used to live in Green Hills when I first came here a little over a year ago. There's a line of people, guitars and singers, lined up the parking lot.
Yeah, we got a lot of people coming on Mondays who want to play the open mic. So if you go to bluebirdcafe.com and click the page that says Play the Bluebird, it'll explain everything you need to know about how to sign up for it. But it's open to anyone, and whether you've never been on stage before or whether you've been making your living at it full time for 20 years, you're all equal on Monday nights. It's all the luck of the draw whether you get on or not.
So what do you look for in someone on Monday nights? Like when a new artist comes to town and they get up here, what do you look for in their songwriting?
Something fresh and original. I mean, Monday nights are just really a chance for writers to share with each other. The idea of being discovered is a little bit misleading because usually you work at it for a lot of years before you finally catch somebody's attention.
And the funny thing about it is, they have to catch your attention in 60 seconds.
Well, on Monday
is that
nights,
kind of right?
On Monday nights, you
Lead a
get to
song.
do a whole song.
Which-
But on Sunday nights, we have a writer's night that you have to audition for, and you do only get 60 seconds to audition.
Do they know that when they come here? Does it tell
yeah.
them?
Oh,
so
yeah.
they don't just lead in their song and introduce. 60 seconds. You're in.
No, it's
the
Hi, my name is, my song is 60
right into
seconds.
the
Now, we were talking before the interview and you were saying how 60 seconds seems like a small amount of time, but you really can tell.
It's enough. It's enough. You kind of are who you are as a writer, and it's going to show up by the end of the first verse. So, and I mean, there are people that I've seen on Sunday nights.
Let's talk about some big names you've seen.
Yeah, well, open mic I saw Kenny Chesney and was very ununimpressed.
Really?
Yeah.
Kenny, we know that you're a big deal now.
Sorry.
We like it.
You know, a lot
I
of
was
people
wrong.
say that. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people say that they did. He was like the least expected person, but now he's huge.
But he knew better than all of us, so
Yeah.
now I love him. But when I saw Garth Brooks, I was like, oh, okay, he's ready. And
Garth Brooks, I remember when he came out as a new artist, and he was such a big deal. He was so different. And that's
Yeah.
something you're looking for now. We talked to Scott Borchetta, who discovers the people here. And he's looking for originality. He doesn't want copycats.
Right.
So when you come to Nashville, don't try to copy
Which is what
what
the
we already
Bluebird is
have.
all about, is
Right.
original music.
Original.
well, and one of the artists that Scott just discovered is Seth Alley,
Yes.
and I discovered him at the Bluebird audition. I heard him do his 1 minute
Heard
of
it
a
first
song,
here.
and I didn't think it was that great a song, but I looked at him and I went, well, there's a star. So I invited him to come over to my house, and we started writing together. He goes, Barbara, I don't know if I can do the Nashville thing. It's like, I'll show you how. I'll show you how. So.
Because you've done it.
Barbara
Let's talk about writing.
thing.
Yeah, let's talk about your writing with Lori Morgan.
You had a cut with Lori Morgan.
I did. I didn't write it with Lori. I wrote it with I was a waitress and John was a plumber, and we sat in my little one-room attic apartment, and we wrote this song and changed both our lives.
What song was this?
I Guess You Had to Be There.
That's huge.
Yeah, it was fun.
So your actual knowledge of the business and what it takes, that helps you out.
I've been sitting back there behind that soundboard for, over 25 years now, and writing my own songs and pitching them. And then after I had the hit, a lot of people started asking me for feedback and advice. And as the royalties started dwindling, I thought, well, maybe they'll pay me for this. And
they should, because nobody has better advice than Barbara.
So you do consultation?
I do consultation. And then the most fun thing I do are these workshops. They're called Play for Publishers. And I invite writers to apply, or artists. And we spend 3 days here at the Bluebird, and 2 publishers come in each day and listen to a full song from each writer and give them feedback on the craft and the commercial potential.
That's huge. I hope that people are listening.
I've actually done the workshop, and it was such an amazing experience to get to hear not only Barbara, but these huge publishers give you advice on your songs, and it's a great opportunity to meet people. And I think I'm going to play for your alumni when it's coming up. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, it's a way to learn what it takes to get a cut from publishers who are out there getting cuts.
Explain what a cut means. I know what it means. Probably say a cut. Some people may not know these.
Oh, it's if an artist records your song and releases it. Like in the book world, if your song is published, that means somebody printed up copies and they put it out there for sale. In the song world, published means that a publisher has chosen to represent your song, and they will take it to different artists and try to get it cut.
Are you a publisher?
No.
I work with Vicki Potus, a friend of mine, for 6 years. She's with Big Gap Music LLC, and she's a publisher, and I've helped her. Actually, Marty Morgan, she had some of his songs, or did, and that's where I met him and meet a lot of artists, because she has songwriters, and they don't want to be singers. So what she does, we're shooting in our studio Friday at Tonkopolis. We're shooting in there Friday. David Brennan Hunt, who's singer at the Bluebird, he's going to cover a song for a songwriter so they can have an example.
Nice.
So
nice.
It's amazing the things that people learn when they get to Nashville.
And even if you're an artist who doesn't write, anybody's welcome to sit in on the workshops. You have to apply to play for the publishers, but anybody else is welcome to sit in. And if you want to be an artist, if you want to be a country artist especially, you're going to sink or swim based on the songs that you can find, or the songs that you can co-write with other people. So the workshops are a great place to meet co-writers, and also just to start training your ear to understand what's a great song, and oh no, that's not going to impress anybody.
This is some great information. All right, let's talk about your website, because that's how people
find you. It's barbaracloyd.com, so hopefully they'll put the spelling down there, because it's a little straight. Okay. And I just decided to make it the best resource I possibly could for songwriters. So there's tons of articles I've written, there's tons of links to other wonderful websites, and things like where's a cheap place to stay in Nashville, and then also information.
It appears to be on my couch for songwriters. We've had to cut that down. We had a songwriter that went to Fort Campbell, David Craig, and he came in for Heart Songs, and he went to Fort Campbell and sang for the kids of the soldiers. Such a good guy. And he called me at 11 o'clock from Waffle House. He said, TJ, he's a fireman also and has a family. And he drove 8 hours that morning and then went and sang, and he said, I need a couch. Can I have it? I said, yeah, you can sit on the couch.
Some of my favorite things too
it's a struggle for artists.
Yeah, about the workshop is when you talk about things like this, Barbara has these sayings that just stick with me about. One thing she says at the workshop is if I scare you, you're welcome.
Yeah. This is not for the weak-hearted. It's a tough business. You meet the most wonderful people, and Nashville is the warmest, most welcoming, supportive community you can imagine. If I tried to explain to you just how nice people are here, you would think I was making it up. People come from LA and New York and go, well, this town's weird. It's so nice to each other. But the business is brutal, so we have to be nice to each other.
Yeah. And a lot of people give up. In Orville Alman, one of our very first guests, the entertainment attorney who was on last week, he said, learn patience. And he said, Carla's been very patient. But you started you're 20 now, and you started out when you're 14 on the stage. That's 6 years. That's a lot. And your mom's so wonderful. She's over here.
I always tell people, if you're coming because you want to win the prize, stay home.
Yeah.
If you want to live the life, then come here. Because it's a wonderful life. If you love it, you love it, and you can't imagine living any other way. There's no guarantees.
Yes.
And especially for an artist, you can do everything right, and then some little twist of fate totally beyond your control happens, and that wonderful deal falls through, and then...
So hang in there, get patience, go to her website, come to the Bluebird, stand out there on a Sunday, try to audition.
Stand out there on a Monday.
But wait a minute, but on Sunday they do something on Sunday, that's where my confusion comes in.
Oh, we have a writer's night on Sunday that you have to audition for, and you're scheduled in advance, and anybody's welcome to attend either of those shows.
So great.
But on Monday night, you just show up and sign up, although I think we're going to change it. So go to bluebirdcafe.com.
Go to bluebirdcafe.com.
It'll explain everything.
And keep up with all the latest things. This is an honor. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
at
thank
Bluebird.
you so much,
Thanks for
Barbara.
having me. This is fun.
This is TJ Case for Pearl Clarkin. We are signing out at the stage of the Bluebird Cafe, Nashville, Tennessee.
You just hammed it up there.
Well, I'll just walk up.
Good, huh?
We're all just going to walk up to the door. Come on, Jill. Everybody's walking up.
We're all walking up? Are we walking too, or are we just... Well, it turns out it's locked.
Hey, let's walk up.
Well, I was asking you.
What did you say? We're all going to walk up.
I said, are we all... Am I walking
We're
up?
going to add this to the intro.
Oh, okay,
It's
all
really
right.
cool.
All right.
I'd love to hear that in the audio. Are we walking in?
If you know anything about this show, go to the Facebook page for Nashville Country League. Type in anything. Man, seriously. Come here, man. Oh, my God. We're doing your own show.